Hey everybody, Jeff here. Just wanted to put together a quick little kind of preview of Season 8, which is coming up on the podcast starting a week from today, next Tuesday. That's September 2nd, 2025. It's been about a month since y'all have heard anything new from me. I hope that month was you were able to enjoy time away from this podcast, but I know I took a little bit of a break, although I joke with my wife and my friends that, taking a break for me is still like lighting and putting out several fires and juggling them at the same time. Anyhow, I did enjoy most of the month of August. I maybe was in like third gear where I'm normally in fourth or fifth. So, but I'm ready to go back at it, and just wanted to go through a couple things. I jotted down some notes, so I'm just going to read off of these notes for y'all. Definitely want to mention, because I don't think I ever mentioned it on the podcast itself, I have a listener survey up. You can find the link in the show notes of this episode. You can find it in our link tree, which is in our bio of all of our social media, which is Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads. It's also on our website on the homepage. I've been meaning to do a listener survey for years and never got around to it. I wanted to use the time off to do that, to get some feedback from y'all. It's just basic stuff. I don't think it would take more than, like 5 to 8 minutes of your time. And besides expressing my gratitude in advance for you doing this and giving me some feedback to help me sort of shape the future of this podcast, I'm throwing in a little treat, which is I will select three names and emails from everyone who submits to this survey by the end of August, which is next Monday. I'll pick three names, and those folks will win a free Storied SF hoodie, which some of you have seen me talk about this, but they're really awesome hoodies. And I'm not just saying that because they're mine and they represent this podcast. The good folks over at Babylon Burning, who are very close friends of the show, they screen printed these. And when we selected, the blank hoodies to do these on, I definitely wanted something zip. I wanted something that was high quality without breaking the bank, which I was able to do. And then they came, those are kind of my only criteria, something that holds ink, obviously. When I got the hoodies, I was like, wow, these are actually really fucking nice. I've had mine, I think, for like 3 years. I wear it every day, and it's still in great shape. So they're durable. They're warm when you need them to be warm, which is, half the time here in San Francisco. And they're not too hot when, thanks to climate change, we start seeing balmier weather like we have this summer. Anyway, all to say, they're awesome hoodies. Please take the survey. If you want to go on, beyond the survey and just buy yourself a hoodie, please find them on the website in our store. So, we have a lot of different sizes, and they look great, and they help you show your support of Wink Wink, your favorite podcast. So the other big thing, this is coming right up. So the survey is up till next Monday. Next Tuesday, I'm dropping the first actual episode of season 8, which I will get to in a minute. But 2 days later, on the 4th of September, we've got our season 8 launch art show called Every Kind of People, and that's going to be at Minibar. So you can find information about that all over social media. Definitely would love to see you come out. We've got 13 artists as of this recording who are going to be filling the walls of one of my favorite bars in town, Minibar. We did a show there a couple years ago. Excited to be back. And yeah, so the show is called Every Kind of People. That's also the theme of the upcoming season, Every Kind of People. So that's one of the things. My next note is what's new with the podcast. That is one of the things that's new. Every season I choose a new theme, and do my best to have all the episodes and all the guests reflect that theme. So the theme this season is every kind of people. And I chose that for several reasons. Usually sort of midway through a season, or as I'm starting to wind down, I start jotting down ideas for the themes for the next season. And a couple things that I had jotted down for season 8 were I was into this idea of everybody. Inclusion is a buzzword right now, I think for good reason. I'm a firm believer in inclusion. I think ultimately we're all the same. Some of us are afforded a lot more opportunities in life through no merit of their own, but I don't want to dwell on that at all. What I want to dwell on is the everybody of it. That was one of the things I kept coming back to the Sly and Family Stone song "Everyday People." I was like, ideas of togetherness, which is something I strive for, something I think a lot of you strive for. So that's all I had was like these kind of rough notes, and I wanted to brainstorm around it. And I did a little bit, never really came up with something. And then one day I was riding around and heard on the radio a song by Robert Palmer that I'd heard before, but the song's called "Every Kind of People." And I was listening to it, I was like, that's it. That's it. And I ran the idea by my trusted advisor, my wife, Erin Lim of Bitch Talk Podcast, and she liked it. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going with. A couple other things. Every season, I do ask my good friend Joe Begale, a.k.a. Otis McDonald, to come up with new music of his own that he thinks might fit either the theme or just be kind of like stuff he's excited about. So you heard the new opening intro music earlier in this episode. After I'm done yapping, you'll hear the new outro music, and that will be the new music for this season for all the episodes. So check that out. Some, and I'm hoping most of the episodes this coming season, you'll find are a little shorter than what I've been doing over the years. I think I've probably been averaging something like 30 minutes per episode over the almost 8 years that I've been doing this. I think in season 8, there might be some still at that length, but you're going to start seeing more like 20-minute episodes or 22-minute episodes, that kind of thing. So maybe not that big of a deal for you. It is for me. I can't deny how many podcasts there are out there to listen to. I'm always grateful that you're listening to this one, of course. But I do know that time is valuable. And besides just the ever sort of growing podcast landscape, there's a lot going on in the world. And I'll get to that in a minute. I wanted to talk about that. But we all have busy lives. So I just wanted to sort of have tighter, more not exactly bite-sized, but like something that's just a little bit easier to listen to from beginning to end. So you'll see that. And one more thing, it's a little different. A couple years ago, I settled on the tagline for the show: artists, activists, and small businesses that make the city unique, make the city so awesome, make it unlike any other city in the world. And then something occurred to me probably toward the end of season 7. I was like, not everyone who values work and working people owns their own small business. So I changed it. I tweaked it a little bit to artists, activists, and working people. People who have their small businesses are definitely working people, but there's also those who are employed to work at these places and to do whatever it is that they do. It's another thing that unites us. So just a little tweak there. And that's really it for as far as like what's going to be new. In past seasons, I have changed sort of the look and feel, definitely like the colors of the logo and other things like that. I decided not to do that this time. I just love that orange. The idea is we really tried to go for international orange, the color of the Golden Gate Bridge. It's hard to do that with, pixels and zeros and ones and whatnot, but we got as close as we could, and I fucking love it. So we're sticking with orange. The website was updated last year. it's going to kind of look and feel the same. So not much different there. Before I talk about what's coming up in season 8, the first few episodes, I do just want to recognize that we are living in some especially fucked up times. I doubt highly, if you listen to this podcast, that you voted for what's happening, at least at the federal level. Some of you might have voted for what's happening at the local level, which I'll talk about. But pretty fair guess that you don't support what's going on, and it's maddening. Almost on the hour, a couple times a day at least, you hear about the next shit version of whatever it might be, whether it's human beings being illegally detained and deported and incarcerated and enduring horrible conditions for nothing other than coming to this country and working and raising families and contributing to society. It's I can't even go into it all, or I'll get overwhelmed. But I do just want to recognize it and acknowledge it. Stuff on the local level, in my opinion, is not much better. We have a mayor who had no political experience coming into office, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I think we're seeing that deficit is manifesting in really confusing and disappointing ways. I mean, at the very least, I think our mayor and some of our other elected officials could be speaking out against what's happening with ICE. It's happening multiple times a week downtown, right here in a supposed sanctuary city. And I'm just very disappointed. I'll have more thoughts on that later, but yeah, just wanted to touch on that because it is obvious and it's hard to ignore. It's hard to navigate. It's hard to sort of figure out what we all can do about it. There's a million things we can do, and one of the things that I believe in doing is just doubling down on the work that I'm doing on this podcast, and that's a big reason that I like the theme "Every Kind of People." The lyric from the song is it takes every kind of people to make the world go round, and I fucking love that. I believe it 100%. So, with that said, coming up next week, episode 1, Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, I'm very excited to present an episode on Marga Gomez. Marga is an actor, a performer, a comedian. She's many things. She's been on my radar. I've been here 25 years. She's probably been on my radar 15 or more of those years, and I've seen her perform, been a big supporter, and I finally got to sit down and have a very lovely conversation with her at a cafe in Noe Valley, and that's going to be episode 1. After that, I've got an episode on one of the artists who's going to be in Every Kind of People, and then following that, episode 3, which I think will be either end of September or early October. I've got a woman who is the foreperson of the ironworking crew at the Golden Gate Bridge. So yeah, those episodes are already recorded. I like to think I'm starting this new season off with a bang. I hope I can sustain that bang over the course of the next many months going into 2026. And I hope I've earned your support and your subscriptions and your follows and likes, and keep them coming. I hope to see you all next Thursday at Minibar. Later. Music for Storied San Francisco was produced, performed, and curated by Otis McDonald. Our contributing producer is Aaron Lim of Bitch Talk Podcast. And the show is produced and hosted by me, Jeff Hunt. Now in our 7th season, we have more than 270 episodes available on our website, storiedsf.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts. If possible, please rate and review the show. I want to know what you think. Follow us on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at StoriedSF, and reach out to us there or email us at storiedsf@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Be super careful crossing the street, and keep being wacky, creative, and kind out there. See you next time on Storied San Francisco. We acknowledge and respect the first humans of the unceded land we call San Francisco, the Ramaytush Ohlone. We condemn the genocide of these and other tribes across the Western Hemisphere. We honor their legacy and history, and we support rematriation and sovereignty efforts.
This podcast is a proud member of the BFF.FM podcast network. Learn more at podcasts.bff.fm.
BFF.FM, best frequencies forever.